What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this motherfucking YouTube shit. This is serious. Wow, what the fuck?
What's up? It's your boy Kevin to turn on this YouTube shit. Hey man, say man, we are lit. Listen to me. Turn. Today, motherfucking day. Straight hood outside, big crib. Yes, sir. The Black Hebrew Israelites, man. We already won, gang. You know what I'm saying? They try to whitewash history. It's been unreleasing. You know what I'm saying? Your boy got the facts on facts. Ah, man, I forgot to put the stats out on my last video. Fuck it. Hey, it's gonna have to do what it do. But yeah, man, so that's crazy. I hope y'all been enjoying these videos, man. You know, I'm trying to post these out daily, man. You know, grind don't stop. You know what I'm saying? Free Palestine, free Congo, man. Make sure you like and subscribe to these videos up, man. Kevin Tupac gonna be out here for a minute, you know what I'm saying? Grind hard, work hard each day, you know what I'm saying? Put that work in. So let's get it, man. Cut to this Black Hebrew Israelite, let's get to this bitch. Alright, boom. Today, it's a motherfucking day, straight to an outside crib, man. Alright, man. So we finna talk about this shit, man. About Diddy? Nah. About Biggie and Tupac. We're gonna say Diddy for another video, man. Like his own personal video. Cause this is, oh, give me a second, man. Alright, gang. So like I was saying, man, Biggie and Tupac. So, you know, more we get into this situation, the more we see that the game is fucked up and the game is the game at the end of the day, man. So, you know, Biggie, man, was a rapper, man. And, you know, he was signed to Bad Boys. So, the thing about this situation is, man, about the real person who took him out. A lot of people in these gangs, man, like I always been saying, these niggas be FBI informants. They work for the CIA, the government. You know what I'm saying? And the main person in this bitch, I think, was a Mexican dude. Or white dude, I don't fucking know. On Biggie's side, a lot of people, man, was FBI informants. You know what I'm saying? Giving all the information to the government. You know what I'm saying? They would join these gangs. And they'd be personal. These niggas would be selected. I don't know how the fuck they got to these gangs. I think because they're saying that a lot of, you know, they had security. And a lot of these security guards were like off-duty cops. And so, you know how that is. If they're a cop, you know what I'm saying, or off-duty anyway, they aren't even cops no more. They still got ties to the cop. You know what I'm saying? So, I guess the cops, you know, must have tried to talk to them niggas and say, hey, whoop the whoop, bring this nigga in. And, you know, just hire out, get in. And so, it's like, I be trying to tell niggas, man, everything is all cheap when a nigga be talking about FBI informants. There really do be FBI informants in this bitch, man. They said they'll break it all the way down. So no matter what, I feel like if Biggie went there and died, he still would have got like something crazy would have happened for Tupac and Biggie. You know, the feds looking at Biggie and Tupac heavy. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers couldn't take a shit without looking at motherfucking Biggie and Tupac. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, they had beef. And, you know, Diddy's like the main person behind all this shit. But we don't even put this, because they don't talk about him about him a lot in the videos. But this is not his video we're just gonna give out to him, because he got a lot of shit other shit that's coming out. It's a whole bunch of shit that's coming out. But this shit is wild. Wild as fuck. And it's just like Biggie and Tupac, they just got caught in between all of it. Biggie and Tupac, they actually used to be kind of cool with each other. But you know how beef goes, one side, the other side. And then when some shit go down, they be like, what side? Pick a side. You know what I'm saying? So it's just some whole bunch of shit that went down in the situation. So we got a video talking about who the real person who shot Biggie is. I don't know if he's still alive or not, but the FBI, they been doing it. You know what I'm saying? The FBI, they knew it. Like, I don't know if he was the nigga who did it was the FBI informant or was close to the FBI who shot Biggie. You know what I'm saying? So all this shit is wild. And we got the Tupac shit too, how the rise and fame of Tupac, and it's like other rappers who've been getting fucked over in the industry too, part like with Biggie and Tupac. So it's a whole fucking video, like it's a good video though. If you want to watch the whole thing, it's a good video, man. I watched the whole thing. It's pretty nice, man. I hope y'all enjoy your video, man.
These are FBI photos. The amazing thing is that Biggie and Puffy were under surveillance at the time of the murder.
If FBI was following my son, where were they that night my son was shot?
Biggie and Puffy were under covert secret surveillance being by the FBI leading up to and on the night Biggie Smalls was murdered in 1997. The 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac had gained access to some of the FBI photos, which had been taken on March 8, 1997, being prior to the Soul Train Music Awards in Los Angeles, with it being a Vibe magazine after party following this, where Biggie had been murdered. Kevin Hackey was an informant for the FBI who posed undercover as a bodyguard to infiltrate West Coast label Death Row Records. Hackey, in an interview with YouTube channel Bomb First, had confirmed that the FBI had Biggie's death on tape. Hackey, in the 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac, had confirmed to have seen official FBI paperwork which included reports of the feds having surveillance footage of both Tupac and Biggie's murders taking place. Puff Daddy's bodyguard Gene Dill, who can be seen in the secret FBI surveillance snapshots, were shown some of the later photos by the authorities from just moments before Biggie was shot. Gene revealed that the picture included himself and Puffy outside the Peterson Automotive Museum, being after the party was shut down, where they were waiting for their trucks to pull up, which had a man in a Nation of Islam uniform approaching them, but the authorities had blurred out the man's face in the photo. Gene had identified this man as Amir Muhammad in the 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac.
That's him right there.
That's him.
Yeah.
That's him.
That's the guy that came up to me.
Lil C's, who was in a seat behind Biggie when the shooting had taken place, had identified the shooter as wearing a suit and bow tie, similar to a Nation of Islam uniform. FBI documents declassified on their website also reveal the shooter as being described as a light-skinned male wearing a suit and bow tie, with the document censoring the identity of the shooter. In this video, we're going to take a look into the FBI investigation into Bad Boy Entertainment, including the covert footage which is believed to have captured the killer on tape. Nick Broomfield, the maker of the 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac, got the contact details of the FBI detective who was responsible for capturing the surveillance photos of Biggie's murder taking place. The same detective who was responsible for capturing the photos as part of the investigation had also been present for Puffy's 1999 court hearing for a nightclub shooting case, which involved Jennifer Lopez and Shine. The FBI investigation went back to prior than 1994, as Puffy and Suge Knight, being the owner of West Coast label Death Row Records, would discuss with each other how to deal with the feds tailing them as part of the separate investigations against them. Kevin Hackey was contacted by the FBI in 1994 after he wanted a promotion from being a Compton cop into working for US intelligence. The FBI promised him a promotion if he were to infiltrate Death Row Records by posing as a bodyguard to collect information for their investigation. Hackey was chosen as he had been a former Compton cop, with Death Row Records' former head of security also being a former Compton cop who Hackey had a previous relationship with. Kevin Hackey revealed the FBI's investigation included looking into racketeering, homicide, and Suge Knight's relationship with Compton Mayor Omar Bradley. Hackey revealed the FBI had Suge Knight's communications tapped, along with having him under surveillance, with the FBI originally showing Hackey surveillance footage of Suge Knight being when recruiting Hackey into the covert investigation. Puffy was also under surveillance, and the investigation was most likely for similar reasons, as Puffy's family came from a criminal background, along with Puffy being connected to many of New York's notorious figures of the criminal underworld. Puffy comes from a criminal family background, with his father and cousins being connected to major drug trafficking organizations within the US. Puffy's father, Melvin Combs, was murdered when Puffy was 3 years old, due to his connection into Harlem's drug trafficking organizations, being in the same circles as notorious kingpin Frank Lucas, which the 2007 movie American Gangster was based off. Melvin Combs was murdered in 1972 after being shot in his car during a drug transaction after he had been accused of being an informant. Puffy's uncles and cousins were also tied into the drug trade. Puffy's cousin, Daryl Popper Taylor, was involved in the indictment against the nationwide drug trafficking organization known as the Black Mafia Family, also called BMF. His cousin Daryl was listed in the indictment papers of 2005 being against the criminal organization. His cousin Daryl had taken a stand against the leader of BMF, Big Meech, where he claimed to have personally transported kilos for Meech. Paul Buford had also been included in the indictment, where he became a fugitive until 2009. Paul Buford had been Puffy's head of security for Bad Boy Entertainment. BMF's third in command, who controlled the New York territory for the organization, was a man called Fleming Daniels. Fleming Daniels was from Brooklyn, being the same as Puffy's artist Biggie, with Fleming Daniels being associated to Walter King Tut Johnson. Walter King Tut Johnson was born in the Cypress Hills projects in the eastern section of Brooklyn. The projects had birthed a gang called the A-Team in 1983, with the original gang being formed by a group of 5%ers of the neighborhood to fight against Jamaican drug gangs taking over the territory. The 5%ers is a black nationalist movement influenced by Islam, which was started by a man using the name of Allah the Father, with it starting in Puffy's hometown of Harlem before spreading across New York. The A-Team had been formed in 1983 by a 5%er by the name of Mr. Damu, with the gang's name standing for the Allah Team. With the gang being formed in the Cypress Hills projects when King Tut was 20 years old, Tut became associated to the gang by coming from the territory. King Tut and a guy called Haitian Jack were known to be stick-up kids who were involved in a long list of robberies and were known for robbing drug dealers, with it being the A-Team gang who were fighting against Jamaican drug gangs in the territory. This is where Haitian Jack and King Tut became associated with the A-Team gang, with Haitian Jack falsely believing it was started by Little Rick Martin, who had been in prison when the gang was formed. Therefore, King Tut and Haitian Jack were now seen as representing the A-Team due to King Tut's ties to the Cypress Hills projects. Brian Glaze Gibbs from the Cypress Hills projects has claimed that people are misinformed into thinking that King Tut and Haitian Jack were members of the original A-Team, which puts into question that maybe they started their own set or were just known by association. King Tut and Haitian Jack were now believed to be members of the A-Team, and due to this we're going to be referencing it as this name when mentioning the group. King Tut was found not guilty of shooting a plainclothes cop in 1993, and reports claim after this that he had begun a relationship with Puff Daddy, to try and get involved in the entertainment industry. King Tut had carried out an interview with America's King magazine in 2006, where he had spoken on his relationship to Puff Daddy and how the FBI tried to pressure him into giving over criminal information regarding Puff. Puffy was fired from Uptown Records in 1993, where he then began his own label called Bad Boy Entertainment, having a distribution deal with Arista Records. King Tut in an interview said, quote, "I explained to Puffy, I could be beneficial to you. I have income coming in. Puff was like, yo, I heard some really bad things about you," unquote. The interview claims Puffy agreed to work with King Tut and advised him to read a book called All You Need to Know About the Music Business. King Tut was associated to New York gangster and record executive Jimmy Henchman, with Puffy beginning the startup of Bad Boy Entertainment launching a marketing campaign for artists Biggie and Craig Mack. YouTube channels such as Al Prophet and celebrity gossip columnist Lipstick Alley look into rumors of where the funding came from to launch the upstart of the label. Celebrity gossip website Lipstick Alley have submissions referring that more than one internal US Department of Justice memos, which quote FBI and DEA informants, are said to claim a connection between Puffy and BMF made through Jimmy Henchman, who is rumoured to have allegedly been responsible for getting funding for the label. The unverified reports claim Jimmy Henchman and his connection into the A-Team through King Tut, with King Tut getting assistance from Puffy during the time, has been rumoured to have used the connection between King Tut and BMF member Fleming Daniels to get a loan from BMF to Jimmy Henchman. The rumoured reports claim Jimmy Henchman then allegedly provided the financing to Puffy, with it coming from BMF. Rumours claim Henchman and the A-Team were then extorting Puffy as part of providing the startup. Tupac spoke on this in a 1996 interview with Sway.
The East Coast drug dealers got them under extortion. I came and f***ed up everything.
Tupac also spoke on it in his 1996 song Against All Odds, with the lyrics being, quote, "Puffy getting robbed like a bitch. To hide that fact, he done some shit he shouldn't have did, so we riding for that," unquote. Tupac knew of the same rumours of Puffy allegedly being extorted by New York drug dealers, which he had came to learn after the A-Team gang were placed against him after he had refused to sign to Bad Boy. Tupac met Biggie in 1993 while on the set of Poetic Justice, which Tupac was starring in. Biggie had recently have been signed to Puffy's label Bad Boy, and Tupac was a fan of his music. Tupac started hanging out with Biggie and Puffy and would let Biggie open for him when performing. Tupac claimed Biggie would badmouth Puffy, claiming he was being cheated out of his money as Puffy owned his marketing and publishing.
He was like, I hate Brooklyn, I hate New York, Puffy cheating me.
Tupac was also under FBI investigation like Bad Boy Entertainment, with some of Tupac's files being released online, with a large majority remaining confidential due to national security reasons. Tupac had met Haitian Jack in November of 1993 while he was on the set of Above the Rim, which Tupac was filming for in Harlem. According to reports, Haitian Jack was trying to pressure Tupac into signing to Bad Boy Entertainment, with some believing this was tied into the extortion rumours of what is being referenced as the A-Team gang allegedly extorting Bad Boy. Tupac had revealed in an interview with Sway how Biggie had warned him about Haitian Jack.
He told me like, Pop, don't hang around this. I was like, what you mean? He's like, I'll talk to you about it later. The next time I saw him was at the studio where I got shot.
Tupac's brother Mopreme Shakur revealed in a recent interview with YouTube channel Art of Dialogue how Tupac was considering with signing to Bad Boy until he began noticing certain things around the label but didn't elaborate on what this was. Haitian Jack and Tupac began to go to nightclubs together, and Mike Tyson had phoned Tupac from prison to warn him about Haitian Jack, and he had told him he was out of his league. Haitian Jack introduced Tupac to a girl in a nightclub, and advancements were made towards Tupac on a dance floor. Haitian Jack invited Tupac out again a few days later and went to his hotel room in Manhattan, where Haitian Jack then called the same girl to invite her to the room. Tupac claimed he'd gotten a massage from the girl, then went to sleep, leaving her with Haitian Jack and two others within the room while he slept. Tupac had been arrested shortly after as the girl had pressed charges against him after leaving. Haitian Jack's lawyer had Jack's case severed from Tupac's, having two different trials, with Haitian Jack serving no jail time. Tupac's lawyer Michael Warren had gotten Haitian Jack's case records during the trial and claimed that he had a long list of dismissed cases up and down the East Coast, with Michael Warren telling author John Potash that this was indicative of a sign of a police intelligence agent.
Tupac's New York trial lawyer, Michael Warren, who got that rap sheet, and all the charges were dismissed. And Michael Warren said that's a sure sign of a police intelligence agent.
Tupac's cousin, William Lesane, during an interview with Cytonia Live, claimed to have seen paperwork on Haitian Jack which listed him as an informant, with Haitian Jack's former roommate, Ori Spado, also claiming Haitian Jack was an FBI informant.
We saw the paperwork. He sued us. He sued the family. And we saw in his paperwork that he was a known informant. No bullshit. I saw it with my own eyes.
Yeah.
He was an informant for the FBI for a long time.
Tupac was now aware of the snitch allegations against Haitian Jack and had later told Sway that he felt as if Jack had him set up in the case in an extortion attempt.
She can make millions if she do it right. If she gets some guys and they all plan it, and that's exactly what they did.
Tupac in 1994 had told New York Daily News reporter A.J. Benza that he felt as if Haitian Jack had set him up in the case. Haitian Jack, with his association to the A-Team gang, claimed during an interview in the 2017 TV documentary Who Killed Biggie and Tupac that people associated with him started to plot against Tupac for bad-mouthing Haitian Jack due to how it would affect the reputation of the gang.
There's always one in the crowd that has something to prove. The person at the time, we were real cool, and he felt like Tupac had no right to say what he said about me, especially in New York City.
Jimmy Henchman later admitted to then setting up Tupac to be shot in November of 1994 to quote-unquote humble him, which came after he refused to sign to Bad Boy and began dissing Haitian Jack in the news. Jimmy Henchman paid A-Team affiliate and Tupac's friend at the time, Randy Stretch Walker, $2,500 to set up Tupac to be shot 5 times. Jimmy Henchman was with an artist he managed called Little Sean at Quad Recording Studio in Manhattan, being on the 30th of November 1994. Puff Daddy was also at the studio with Biggie and rap group Junior Mafia. Puffy's bodyguard Gene Deal claimed on the Art of Dialogue YouTube channel that Jimmy Henchman had told Puffy about the plan of Tupac about to be dealt with. Most of Puffy's former label Uptown Records were also at the studio, with reports claiming they were invited there by Jimmy Henchman to make an example out of Tupac. Jimmy Henchman told Tupac to go to the studio to receive $7,000 for a feature verse. When Tupac arrived, A-Team gang member King Tut, along with Dexter Isaac, shot Tupac 5 times and stole some of his jewelry, except for a $25,000 Rolex given to him by Haitian Jack. Tupac then rode the elevator up to where Puffy and Biggie were, claiming that they looked like they had seen a ghost. Tupac was sentenced to 4 years in prison the following day under his case with Haitian Jack. Suge Knight and Puffy were friendly with each other during the period of 1994 when the animosity had started with Tupac and Bad Boy. Suge Knight was also under an FBI investigation, and in 1994 former Compton police officer Kevin Hackey was tasked with infiltrating Death Row Records, working as an informant for the FBI and the ATF to collect information on the label. Hackey was contacted by the FBI due to his connection to Death Row Records head of security Reggie Wright Jr., who had also have been a former Compton cop and had a previous connection with Kevin Hackey. The security service would provide police protection for the label. Hackey revealed how the FBI were investigating Death Row Records for racketeering, homicide, and Suge Knight's connection to Compton Mayor Omar Bradley. Suge Knight was connected to the MOB Compton Pyrus, being a set of the Blood Street gang based in Compton. The book Labyrinth, a detective investigates the murders of Tupac Shakur and Notorious B.I.G., written by Randall Sullivan, revealed excerpts of Kevin Hackey's interviews with police detective Russell Paul, where the book claimed that the Blood gang members were allegedly also connected to drug trafficking on the street, all while being paid to supply gang enforcement.
It was no secret that Death Row Records was involved in drug trafficking.
It was drugs up there. It was, drug dealings.
Puffy would get Suge Knight's advice on how to deal with the feds tailing them, as they were both under surveillance due to their criminal ties on the street. Puffy also had alleged ties into Compton street gangs, which were some of the mob Pyru's enemies, being the Southside Compton Crips. Puffy had a relationship with Harlem hustler and businessman called Eric Zip Martin, who had introduced him to Southside Compton Crip shot caller Keefy D in 1993. Puffy and Suge Knight's relationship turned sour in 1995 after Suge Knight began to visit Tupac in prison and had started working on getting him released to have his contract from Interscope transferred to Death Row. Suge Knight dissed Puff Daddy at the 1995 Source Awards, which took place in August, where he also gave a shout out to Tupac. Puffy a month later was blamed for authorizing the murder of Suge Knight's friend and Blood gang member Jake Robles. The shooting took place at an Atlanta nightclub where Suge Knight and Puffy were both at after a confrontation had broken out. A deputy by the name of CJ Howard, who was supplying off-duty security for the venue, had identified Southside Compton Crips Orlando Anderson and Corey Edwards as being with Puffy at the party, and had listed them as suspects in the murder case. Puffy's former second-in-command, being the president of Bad Boy Entertainment, Kirk Burroughs, had revealed in a 2003 lawsuit against Puffy that Puffy had allegedly approved the murder of Jake Robles, which legal documents claim was carried out by the Enterprise. The 37-page legal documents have Kirk Burroughs describing how Puffy had set up a group which Puffy called the Enterprise, which allegedly was a criminal group Puffy had put together, which Burroughs claimed carried out murder and extortion. Tupac was bailed out of prison by Suge Knight a month after Jake Robles was killed, and what had been dubbed as the East Coast-West Coast War was now in full swing, with Tupac and Suge Knight now both having a problem with Bad Boy. Suge Knight and Tupac, while hosting a Christmas party, had gone through with beating a producer who was associated to Bad Boy, being in an attempt to get Puffy's family's address in Los Angeles. Southside Compton Crip Keefy D had claimed in a secretly recorded LAPD confession tape that after being invited back to a hotel room party by Puffy in Anaheim, California in December of 1995, Puffy had allegedly said in a room full of Crips that he would do anything for those dudes' heads. Tupac released a diss song Hit 'Em Up in June of 1996, which was aimed at Biggie and Puffy, where Tupac also addressed the 1994 shooting. Tupac, between July 8th and August 12th, 1996, recorded a secondary diss track called Against All Odds, where he addressed Jimmy Henchman, Haitian Jack and King Tut. He promised payback was coming to Jimmy Henchman and claimed Haitian Jack was working for the feds. Keefy D, during his secretly recorded confession, claimed that during this time in the summer of 1996, Puffy had allegedly asked to meet him at the Greenblatt's Deli in Los Angeles, where Puffy allegedly put out $1 million contract to the Southside Compton Crips to take out Tupac and Suge Knight. Tupac and Suge Knight were then shot at 13 times on the Las Vegas Strip, being 3 hours after they had beaten down Orlando Anderson, being in the MGM Grand lobby. Keefy D had confessed that it was the Southside Compton Crips who had carried out the shooting and was charged in 2023 for the murder. Keefy D had claimed that Eric Von Zip was in Vegas with them and allegedly had told them that it was the perfect opportunity to claim the $1 million bounty. Keefy D claimed he had later asked a Bad Boy associate about where the money was after Tupac had died from the shooting, but was told that Zip had kept the money. Puffy's bodyguard Gene Dill claimed in a Vlad TV interview that he had seen Zip with what he believed was the $1 million check, which had been given to him from Jimmy Henchman. Gene in the interview claimed it came from Jimmy Henchman, which was given to Zip under Blackground Records, which was Aaliyah's uncle's company, but this may have been confused with Zip's record label Black Rock Records, which Aaliyah had also been under before she died. FBI reports claim Zip allegedly used the money to buy a nightclub called the Zip Code. King Tut revealed in his 2006 interview with King magazine how the FBI had questioned him about Tupac's murder after it happened, with Tut saying in the interview, quote, "I was told if you don't play ball and you don't give us puff, you going down. I told them I'm not testifying for anybody and I'm not testifying against anybody," unquote. 6 months after Tupac was murdered, Biggie was killed in a similar fashion. Biggie had arrived in Los Angeles in late February of 1997 and was shortly joined by Puffy to film for a music video in early March. Puffy had gotten LAPD officers to help with the security detail, which included the drivers who were responsible for setting up the cars for traveling. The Suburbans which were chosen were a specific model, which were designed with a government chip within them, which didn't allow the cars to go up to high speeds, as it would automatically cut the fuel supply to lower the speed. Biggie and Puffy attended the Soul Train Music Awards on March 8, 1997, with photos of FBI surveillance being released in the 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac being of them entering the event. They went to an after party following this where Puffy had seen Keefy D at the party, and Puffy had told him to remain at a distance as the feds were all over him. The party was shut down early by the authorities, and Gene Dill had escorted Biggie and Puffy outside the venue to wait for the drivers to get the cars. While here, Gene Dill identified a man by the name of Amir Muhammad, dressed up in a Nation of Islam uniform, as approaching Puffy, which caused Gene Dill to flash his gun to Amir, who he claimed then walked off in the direction of the shooter's vehicle. The Nation of Islam, which the uniform the killer was wearing, was also the original group which the 5%ers had split from, which then also formed into the A-Team gang. Gene Dill claimed authorities had later showed him snapshots of this taking place, but they had blurred out the face of Amir Muhammad. Amir Muhammad was the godparent to the kid of a police officer by the name of David Mack, who is a LAPD Rampart Division cop, who is imprisoned for a bank robbery in November of 1997. Puffy's car, after arriving at a red light, had run it due to the request of Gene Dill, with Biggie's car not following the same protocol, having it stopped at the red light. A black SS Chevy Impala, which was stopped on the corner, had fired into Biggie's car, killing him in a drive-by shooting. A car matching the shooter's vehicle was found at David Mack's home when the police had searched it under his arrest for the bank robbery. The same weapon and ammo type were also found during the search. The FBI released redacted files from 2002 being on their website in 2011 concerning the investigation into the murder of Biggie Smalls. The files claim the hit was carried out in such a professional manner that a single rogue gang member could not be responsible, and how would have to have taken a large contingency of people/officers. The files also claim that LAPD officers were seen at the party Biggie was at before being shot, and were documented as talking on cell phones prior to the hit taking place. The files describe the shooter as a light-skinned black male wearing a suit and bow tie. This is believed to be the same person in the blurred-out snapshot shown from the FBI surveillance to Gene Dill. When the redacted files are put into context combined with the investigation carried out by LAPD Detective Russell Paul, it names cops listed in a 2005 civil trial against the LAPD by Biggie's family, with these cops being David Mack, Rafael Perez, and 3 other cops, in connection with a man called Amir Muhammad being listed as suspects in one of the theories of the death of Biggie Smalls. Rafael Perez's former cellmate Kenneth Boagni had official court documents of his statements about what Perez had told him, used in the Biggie Smalls civil trial of $500 million against the LAPD in the city of Los Angeles. A fine had been issued for $1.1 million for intentionally suppressing the statements of Kenneth Boagni being about what Perez had told him while they were cellmates in prison. Kenneth Boagni had claimed Perez had told him 5 LAPD officers of the LAPD Rampart Division had allegedly have been behind the planning of the murder of Biggie Smalls, which allegedly included cops Rafael Perez, Nino Durden, David Mack, Kevin Gaines, and Sammy Martin. Kevin Gaines was directly connected to Death Row Records through Nightlife Management owned by Suge Knight's ex-wife Sharifa Knight, who was having an affair with Kevin Gaines, and claimed Kevin Gaines would provide work for his fellow Rampart cops to Snoop Dogg to work in off-duty security being paid in cash. The FBI reports revealed Kevin Gaines was on a special assignment for the LAPD in Las Vegas during the time the Tupac shooting had taken place. Kenneth Boagni claimed Perez had allegedly told him how the bounty was $1 million, being $500,000 each, on the heads of both Biggie and Puffy. Kenneth went on to claim how Perez had allegedly told him that David Mack had carried out the bank robbery, as they were only allegedly paid $250,000 up front, and the rest was not given over, as Kevin Gaines had failed to intercept Puffy's car. FBI agent Phil Carson had also claimed that he feels as if the hit was for Puffy, as the shooter's vehicle had been waiting on the corner, and it was bodyguard Eugene Dill's actions of forcing the driver to run the red light which saved Puffy's life. David Mack had stole $722,000, which is close to the $750,000 remaining, which Boagni claimed Perez had told him was left of the bounty for the contract, which was allegedly given to the Rampart cops to carry out the hit. Some, such as Boagni, claim Suge Knight was responsible for letting the hit happen, while others claim he had no knowledge of it and it was other people within Death Row who had it carried out. It was the trial which led to LAPD detective Greg Kading to reinvestigate the Biggie Smalls murder, which led to Keefe D making the confession of murdering Tupac, leading to the 2023 arrest, with Kading's investigation also claiming that it was not cops who had carried out the Biggie hit, with him claiming it was a Blood gang member with the nickname of Poochie who allegedly carried out the hit for Suge Knight. The Labyrinth book also claimed that during this time, Blood gang members would disguise themselves in Muslim uniforms to cover up crimes when carrying them out. Poochie also had the same model car matching the shooter's vehicle, which was bought for him by Suge Knight. In this video, we took a look into the FBI investigations into Bad Boy and Death Row Records due to their criminal ties on the street. Both labels were under surveillance, with former FBI informant Kevin Hackey revealing how the FBI have both of the murders of Tupac and Biggie on tape. Snapshots from this surveillance were shown to bodyguard Gene Dill, which showed a man with the face blurred out, dressed in a suit and bow tie. The FBI documents described the shooter as wearing a suit and bow tie. Gene Dill had identified this man as Amir Muhammad in the 2002 documentary Biggie and Tupac. Let me know what your thoughts are on all this in a comment.
They're afraid their kids gonna want to be 50 Cent if they acknowledge the material. So they don't give you the trophies. I got the checks. I didn't get the trophies. Jay got all the trophies, man. That's because he signed that contract.
What contract?
Well, with Beyonce. No, if you don't sign, you don't give him a trophy, she ain't coming.
Singer Cassandra Ventura, whose stage name is Cassie, has sued music mogul Sean Diddy Combs, accusing him of rape, alleging she endured over a decade of violent behavior and disturbed demands, and that she was trapped by Mr. Combs in a cycle of abuse, violence, and sex trafficking.
I'm telling you.
Yes, I'm
telling you. Look, later you're going to find out a little shit that I be saying be real. Do you understand what I'm saying? Man, listen, I'm trying to tell you the truth. But the truth, sometimes it hurts.
Right. With the recent Cassie news, 50 Cent once more became vocal about Diddy and Jay-Z doing some hella shady stuff to boost their careers, you know? He's throwing out some heavy accusations too, saying they might be involved in the deaths of other rappers. You think 50 Cent actually knows some dark secrets about Jay-Z and Diddy sacrificing other artists to climb the ladder? Ooh, pretty wild, man. Man, the rap game used to be ruthless too, especially back in the 90s when everyone was trying to be a gangster and make it big. Nobody wanted to be caught slipping, you feel? According to 50 Cent, Jay-Z and P. Diddy are no exceptions to that rule. They're like these hardcore rappers who do anything to climb to the top. So let's focus in on what 50 Cent's throwing out there. 50 Cent is saying that Jay-Z and P. Diddy have been screwing over a bunch of artists through their record labels. And check this out, he's pointing fingers at Coolio as one rapper who got the short end of the stick dealing with Jay-Z's shady business.
As I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I take a look at my life and realize there's nothing left. Cause I've been blasting and laughing so long that even my mama thinks that my mind is gone. But I ain't never crossed a man that didn't deserve it.
Last year, rapper Coolio, who was 59, well, he passed away, and a coroner's report dropped the news that drug use was behind it, according to the LA County Medical Examiner coroner. They found that he died from the effects of fentanyl, heroin, and methamphetamine, and they all chalked it up as accidental. Coolio's longtime manager, Jerez Posey, spilled the beans to the Associated Press, confirming the cause of death. Now, this coroner's report mentioned a few other health conditions that Coolio was going through at the time, like cardiomyopathy, asthma, and recent use of phencyclidine, which is that angel dust hallucinogenic. Cardiomyopathy messes with the heart's pumping game, and the phencyclidine is known for inducing all sorts of illusions, hallucinations, and stuff like that, according to doctors. Investigators also figured out that Coolio's severe asthma and smoking habit played a big old part in his passing, Posey told the AP. The rapper kicked the bucket in September of 2022 at a friend's house in Los Angeles. Back then, it was reported as a cardiac arrest.
Tonight we're learning the cause of death for Grammy-winning rapper Coolio. The 59-year-old was found unresponsive at a friend's Los Angeles home last September. The rapper's family was informed today he died from a fentanyl overdose. His manager says Coolio also had traces of heroin and meth in his system. Coolio, whose real name is artist Leon Ivey Jr., was so known for that 1995 single Gangsta's Paradise. His 1994 debut album titled It Takes a Thief also scored a top 10 hit with the single Lakeside.
Sheila Finnegan, Coolio's manager, confirmed his death in a statement to USA Today, expressing gratitude to fans worldwide. Born in Pennsylvania in 1963, Coolio hit the scene in the 80s, but it wasn't until 1995 that he blew up with that big old hit of his, Gangsta's Paradise, which actually earned him a Grammy for Best Rap Solo Performance in 1996. Coolio had a solid career with 8 albums and appearances in film and TV shows like Futurama, Charmed, and The Nanny, and he definitely left his mark on the world. For months, nobody really knew what went down with Coolio's death, and a bunch of folks out there thought it was just a heart attack. But, you know, Coolio's close crew and fam, well, they were all in the loop about him dealing with some real heavy health stuff for years. Even still, there were some whispers, and some folks thought that Diddy and Jay-Z might be mixed up in Coolio's demise. Why is that? Well, apparently, Coolio spilled tea in some interviews right before he passed, hinting that he was legit scared for his life. Word was he had some industry dirt and was about to expose some shady characters, so they had to shut him up real quick. Now, later on, the authorities confirmed that Coolio had some heart issues that went undiagnosed, leading up to his passing. But even with those facts to the table, people kept spinning the tale that Jay and Diddy ordered a hit on Coolio. But Coolio's story is just one in the long line of conspiracy theories tied to Jay and Diddy over the decades in the game. Who knows if there's any truth to it, though? The industry could be pretty wild. Alright, check this out. There's this belief among some folks that Diddy was the man behind Notorious B.I.G.'s death. And they're saying there's some solid evidence to back it up too. Now, Biggie, aka Biggie Smalls, was a legend who left us way too early, just at 24 years old. Even though it's been more than 25 years since he passed, his death is still shrouded in mystery. People were hit hard by it too, and at some point, they just had to move on. The official story was that Biggie got hit in a drive-by shooting. Alright, so let's dive into this story. Back in February 1997, Christopher Wallace, you know, Biggie, headed out to LA to hype up his second studio album, Life After Death, and shoot the video for Hypnotize, the lead single. Now, on March 5th, he's on the radio with the Doghouse in San Francisco, spilling that he's got security on lock because he's genuinely worried about his safety. It's not just the East Coast, West Coast hip-hop beef causing paranoia for him. It's also also the recent murder of Tupac just 6 months prior. Plus, being a big-name celeb, security is just a must. Life After Death was set to drop on March 25th, 1997. Fast forward to March 7th, and Biggie hands out an award to Tony Braxton at the Soul Train Music Awards. And some folks in the crowds just were not feeling it. They booed him. Now, the very next day, he was supposed to jet off to London, but on the night of March 8th, he's at an after-party hosted by Vibe Magazine, Quest Records, and Tanqueray Gin at the Peterson Automotive Museum in LA. Guest list there? Man, it was packed. We're talking Faith Evans, Queen Latifah, Aaliyah, Chris Tucker, the Wayans brothers, and a whole bunch more. Now here's the kicker. Eric Johnson, the photographer, spills that he was supposed to snap shots of Biggie in LA that year, but he couldn't even nail down a location because he kept getting death threats. Things were getting real intense around Biggie during those times. Just 2 days later, on March 9th, 1997, around 12:30 a.m., Biggie, rolling with his crew, hits up an after-party at Steve Stout's place in Hollywood Hills. But here's the thing. Before they even get there, the LA Fire Department shuts down the party early because of smoking, loud tunes, and the place was just getting too packed. Biggie's riding in the front passenger seat with his crew, including Damon D-Rock Butler, Lil Cease from Junior Mafia, Sean Combs, aka Puff Daddy at the time, is in the other SUV with his squad. They're trailed by a Blazer with Paul Offord, who was Bad Boy Records security director, and an off-duty Inglewood cop named Reggie Blaylock. Alright, so around 12:45 a.m., the streets are buzzing with people leaving the museum, and Biggie's SUV stops at a red light at Wilshire Boulevard and South Fairfax Avenue just 50 yards away. And then 2 minutes later, a dark Impala rolls right up next to Biggie's Suburban. The driver, a black dude, rolls down the window, pulls out a 9, and starts firing at the SUV. 4 shots hit Biggie. His crew rushes him to Cedars-Sinai Medical Center, where doctors tried to save him with emergency surgery, but sadly he was declared dead at 1:15 a.m. at only 24 years old. Now, the autopsy report, released 15 years after the tragedy, it breaks down all the shots that happened. 3 of them weren't fatal, hitting his forearm, back, and thigh. But the 4th one, though, that one entered through his right hip, hitting vital organs and stopping in his left shoulder. Biggie's death hit the hip-hop world super hard, and fellow artists like Nas felt it was like the end of an era, especially with the loss of Tupac Shakur, too. The impact was felt worldwide by fans and the hip-hop community. It's a tragic chapter in the rap game's history.
I was in LA when Biggie passed. He was supposed to come to a party that Steve Stout and I were throwing in the hills, and where we were supposed to speak because we hadn't been on the best terms around that time. And he never made it, and it messed me up. Oh man, big time. I regret it. Biggie's one of the guys that I feel like was one of the cool guys, who was extremely competitive, but great sense of humor, and who knows what things will be like today.
But wait, there's more. So back in February, Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Eugene Gene Deal, aka Uncle Ron, he dropped a bombshell. He claimed that he had the inside scoop on who really was the one that offed Biggie and why. Uncle Ron, he spilled that he and Diddy were in Biggie's car the night he got killed. And here's the twist. It was not a drive-by shooting like everyone thought it was.
The stories they tell is not truthful. And now people are sitting here believing every Biggie movie that you've seen, they say it's a drive-by. When the witness tell you the car was stood right there at the corner, the car was probably there all night.
Uncle Ron's dropping some heavy claims, saying that the bullet that took out Biggie was actually meant for P. Diddy. According to Uncle Ron, it's on Diddy that Biggie got killed that night, that they were partying at that museum. So here's how it all went down. Uncle Ron spots some unidentified guy trying to get to Diddy's car during the party. Now, after telling the dude to back off, he sees him hop into another car parked on the same corner where Biggie later got shot. And Uncle Ron spills the beans to Diddy, warning him that someone's out to get him at the party. But get this, Diddy, he didn't do anything about it. Now, why does Diddy's inaction make sense? Well, because Uncle Ron spills that Diddy had actually offered him $30K to take out Biggie. Uncle Ron turned down that cash, saying Diddy thought Biggie was a threat to his own career, so he had to find another way to get rid of him. Uncle Ron goes all out in that video too, not only putting Biggie's death on Diddy, but also claiming that Diddy had some nasty habits, treating people like crap, and apparently he's not one of the nicest guys to be around. So after all this drama, 50 Cent steps in and he tells Diddy to stop cashing in on Biggie's memory and just let the man rest in peace. See, Diddy's been making moves to honor Biggie, sampling his music, dropping a Notorious B.I.G. biopic, and shouting him out in his own songs. But according to 50 Cent, it seems like at some point, Diddy just switched gears, doing it more for his own profit than just shouting it out for Biggie. 50 Cent straight up called out Diddy saying, "Enough is enough, man." According to 50, it's all getting disrespectful too. The track The Ghost of Christopher Wallace that Diddy made alongside Jay Electronica, in 50's eyes, doesn't even have a hint of Biggie, except for the fact that Puffy's doing his background dancing and throwing in those ad-libs at the intro. And to 50, that's almost ruining what could have been a good track. Everyone knows about the back and forth that Diddy and Mace went through. These two have been beefing for a minute, and for good reason too. You see, Mace was yet another victim of Diddy's unfair actions. See, Diddy claimed Mace owed him $3 million not too long ago. And this comes after Diddy's denial of stealing from Mace and his suggestion that Mace owed him $3 million for an album he never even delivered. He challenged Mace to bring receipts, claiming that Mace became a fake pastor and conned people.
One album. How much money do you think I owe this guy? One album, and then he became a fake pastor and went and conned people, and then y'all gonna let him throw dirt on the God's name? I wrote each and every one, and each and everybody, and anybody could come and step up. Bring your receipts. But I'm not playing. I'm back outside and I'm fighting back for us, and I'm also do a little fighting back for me. You know what I'm saying? So
how much money does, and I'm just throwing this out, how much money does somebody like a Mace owe you? Because the reason I
Mace
say that,
owes me $3 million.
Mace fired back with a scathing response too. He posted it on Instagram where he took aim at Diddy's mother, Janice Combs. In a video, Mace denied Diddy's request for receipts, saying,
"Yo, how dare this nigga told me he want receipts? Let's start with your mother, nigga. Your mother got the receipts, nigga. Everything is in your mother's name. That's the one who got the receipts, nigga. You need more proof, nigga? Biggie ain't here, so Big can't give you no receipts. He dead. Craig Mack can't give you receipts. He dead. What are you talking about? Who else? Black Rob can't give you receipts. He dead. And everybody else you made sign paperwork so they can't talk about what I'm talking about. I'm the only one with the guts. You're not sign it, nigga, because I ain't need the money. All money ain't good money."
Then he went on to reference former Bad Boy signees like Biggie, Craig Mack, and Black Rob, suggesting that Diddy had also exploited them, all of whom have passed away. Mace asserted that he's the only one with the guts to speak out against him, refusing to sign because he doesn't need the money. In another video, Mace addressed the situation, expressing that he stands by what he said and how he said it. He claimed that P. Diddy and his crew have been trying to defame him for years. Mace is ready for any kind of confrontation too, stating that Diddy can't beat him in anything.
And I dealt with him as aggressively as he has chosen to deal with me.
The back and forth drama between Diddy and Mace is unfolding publicly, with each side making bold claims and challenging the other's narrative. Diddy's move back in 2021 to demand fair pay for black folks from corporate America, well, it didn't exactly win him applause on social media. On April 8th, he shared an article and the letter he wrote to General Motors, GM, through his company Revolt TV. In that letter, he calls on GM to invest their advertising revenue in black-owned media companies and financially support black communities. But here's the twist. While the message about investing in the black community is solid, Twitter wasn't vibing with Diddy as the messenger. People are pointing out his past accusations of exploiting black talent for personal gain. Circle back around to Mace, who was all part of Diddy's Bad Boy Records in the 90s, had previously called out Diddy for unfair business practices. And now Twitter is highlighting the apparent inconsistencies in Diddy's call to GM. Some are questioning Diddy's credibility too, noting that he's shaming white corporations for a capitalist business model that he himself has replicated. There's a sentiment that he's voluntarily making himself look out of touch, given his own business practices. The critique extends to what's being dubbed as the black capitalist industrial complex. In the Twitterverse, Diddy's letter is being met with skepticism and calls for consistencies in his actions. Seems like the message is right, but the messenger is not sitting well with everyone. The criticisms on Twitter highlight the complexities of Diddy's position in advocating for fair compensation and investment in the black community. But that wasn't the end of Diddy's backfire. There's been a lot going on lately with the Cassie situation. And if we're talking about Diddy mistreating others and 50 exposing the truth, well, we don't have to look any further than this. Cassie and Diddy kicked things off back in August of 2006, after Cassie dropped her self-titled album under Diddy's Bad Boy Records, where he played the role of producer and collaborated on a remix of her Me and You song with rapper Young Jock. Rumors of a romantic connection between Diddy and Cassie emerged in 2007, coinciding with Cassie becoming the face of Diddy's fashion label, Sean John. Although the public speculated the duo only officially confirmed their relationship in 2012, revealing it at events like Kanye West's Paris Fashion Week show and Diddy's own Paris Fashion Week affair. There were also whispers of engagement between the two starting in 2014, when Diddy posted and quickly deleted an Instagram picture featuring a diamond ring, questioning Cassie's approval. However, their relationship hit a super rough patch in December of 2015, leading to a brief separation. In 2018, model Gina Hyun disclosed details of her involvement with Diddy while he was still with Cassie. So in August of 2016, TMZ reported a heated altercation between the two in LA, resulting in a police report. On the family front, Diddy expressed a desire for more children in a 2017 interview. Despite this, he and Cassie officially ended their relationship in 2018, with the public learning of the split in October. Cassie then entered a relationship with her personal trainer, Alex Fine, as revealed in an intimate Instagram post in December 2018. Surprising turns unfolded as Cassie and Alex announced their pregnancy and marriage in September of 2019. Their first daughter, Frankie Fine, was born on December 6, 2019, followed by another daughter, Sunny Fine, on March 22, 2021. Then things took a dramatic turn when Cassie initiated legal action against Diddy, accusing Diddy of rape, physical abuse, and control during their relationship. This legal dispute was swiftly settled just a day after Cassie made these serious allegations. The details of the resolution remain confidential, but a joint statement expressed Cassie's intention to address this matter on her terms, with Diddy conveying well wishes. This whole legal saga began on November 16th when Cassie filed a lawsuit detailing a decade-long ordeal of alleged abuse within her relationship with Diddy. Diddy vehemently denied the accusations, framing Cassie's actions as an extortion attempt. So as discussions shifted toward that settlement, Cassie's attorney praised her for sharing her story. The lawsuit made severe allegations too, claiming that Diddy had raped and assaulted Cassie when she was just 19 years old. Diddy's lawyer emphasized that settling did not equate to an admission of guilt, maintaining a stance of denial. And before the settlement, Cassie's legal representative countered, alleging Diddy had to try to offer a substantial sum to silence her. Cassie resisted, expressing a desire to give a voice to women facing similar issues in silence. Leading up to the resolution, Diddy's lawyer revealed Cassie demanded $30 million and threatened to disclose damaging details in a tell-all book too, characterizing it as blatant blackmail and dismissing that lawsuit as falsehoods. The power dynamic between Diddy and Cassie revealed in the lawsuit paints a very troubling picture. Reportedly, Diddy had control over all aspects of Cassie's life, taking charge of her financial matters and even accessing her medical records too. Now, according to the lawsuit, an MRI showed memory loss attributed to the time that Diddy's physical aggression and alleged forced consumption of painkillers that he supplied for. In 2016, Cassie tried to break away from Diddy, leading to a situation where law enforcement was involved. Despite the seriousness of the circumstances, Cassie chose not to press charges due to genuine fear of Diddy's unpredictable nature. Following physical altercations, Diddy would reportedly attempt reconciliation by showering Cassie with lavish gifts. However, the lasting impact of the harm and the visible bruises, well, that led to instances where he just secluded her in hotels for recovery. The lawsuit goes into disturbing details of Diddy allegedly engaging in a recurring physical abuse against Cassie too, drawing parallels to a dynamic reminiscent of Ike and Tina Turner. The claims of mistreatment extend beyond Cassie too, citing alleged abusive behavior towards other ex-partners, notably Kim Porter, as claimed by Diddy's former bodyguard Gene Deal. There are rumors that Diddy subjected Kim Porter to physical harm too, hindering her ability to form connections with other men. Similar patterns are suggested in his relationship with another baby mama, Misa Hilton.
She thought Puff was messing around. I guess like she started talking to the dude from EPMD. He came to see her, and Puff.
I'll be back. So if you see from the videos, man, Biggie, man, they had people in that bitch, man, that was giving all the information to the feds. Now, I can't stand these niggas be having the same names as me. Like, god damn, niggas be having the same name as me. Like, what, nigga? The nigga had the name as me, man. These niggas be like literally feds, man, just up in the everybody information and shit, man, getting it all back to the government, man. And that's why we trying to show y'all niggas, man. You think these like helicopters be flying around? And I be posting on videos and shit like they just randomly flying around. No, nigga. The FBI is always watching. It's not a day they not watching. Everything is wiretapped. Phone calls probably wiretapped. Everything is wiretapped. You know what I'm saying? That's just the type of generation we live in. Like, the government is listening to every motherfucking thing we talk about. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, you know, you can plug your privacy. Nigga, ain't no privacy, nigga. They in everybody's information. You know what I'm saying? They the messiest motherfuckers in the motherfucking world. Fuck you talking about? They in everybody's information, nigga. The only information I in is their own information. Fuck we talking about? Fucking hoes. Fucking FBI. So, you know, they said they caught the whole shooting on camera. The Tupac and Biggie's. But the thing is, if you call Tupac, bro, why, like, and y'all knew who exactly did it, why it take this long? But, you know, KBD, I don't know if he was working, I don't know. You know, these FBI informants, man, they might cut a deal and work with these niggas. I don't fucking know no more, man, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, but hey, you know, KBD was talking too much, you know what I'm saying? I think if KBD would have been kept his mouth quiet, ain't nah, single soul would have been like, you know what I'm saying? But you know, hey, that's how I be, you know what I'm saying? I don't know if he was an informant or what, you know what I'm saying? Now, I don't know what happened to the other informant, if they died by now, but you know what I'm saying? It just shows you how easy they can put FBI informants in your game, you know what I'm saying? You think your game is solidified, you tell these niggas information, you think these niggas just your real cool, close friends. The whole time nigga wearing a word, you know what I'm saying? And that's what I be saying about these niggas who coming out now in the rap game. A lot of these niggas is probably FBI informants, you know what I'm saying? I don't know who in the industry is like, you know what I'm saying, not an FBI informant. It's like, the whole, these days you never know who's an FBI informant, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, they be like, they just trying to do their job. No, the fuck y'all not trying to do y'all job. Y'all trying to take down black communities like the Black Wall Street. What are we talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all want to take down communities and shit, but and then y'all build y'all communities up. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, come on, man. It's just like, you know, these motherfuckers getting the game, you know, rapping hard in the bitch, going crazy. But, you know, it do be some wild rip in that bitch. I ain't gonna cap. You know what I'm saying? But niggas be up in that bitch rapping and shit. I ain't know Biggie died at 24. That's tough. Biggie don't even look 24. Just like Tupac didn't even look like he was 25. These niggas be looking like they are 30, 33, 34. These niggas literally like 24 and 25. Young as fuck. But yeah, Biggie man, you know, he was, you know, he's like a staple in the rap game too, man. And, you know, they said some Nation of Islam looking ass dude. I told y'all, Rollo 2.0. Some Nation of Islam looking ass dude didn't pull the trigger. You know what I'm saying? And you know, you expect some of these niggas to never ever be on some just Fed, FBI, or you know what I'm saying, some crazy shit like that, man. And it be them motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, we gotta learn from the rap game of this nap time. 6ix9ine, that nigga is the biggest rat ever. He most definitely an FBI informant. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that nigga was the FBI informant in the YNW Millie case. The nigga with the mask on. Look who was Mexican. I know that was motherfucking 6ix9ine. You know what I'm saying? 6ix9ine and everybody's shit. You know what I'm saying? Rapping. But, you know, these tragic deaths for both of these young superstar rappers was wild, man. You know, they all had they messages that they was promoting this shit, man. And you know, I think everybody was just ready for beef. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers don't want to think about the shit. They just want beef, just beef. You know what I'm saying? People getting jumped. Motherfuckers getting talked about. People talking they hitting their wives and shit, man. You know what I'm saying? I think Biggie survived like 2-3 months after Tupac died. That's crazy. And you know, I guess he might have had a hit. You know what I'm saying? Put on him. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, oh, the FBI, all these people knew about what's going on, but it's like, okay, if they knew what was going on, why they didn't stop it? You know what I mean? So it's like, I'm thinking the FBI set these shit up, man, like to get killed, take them out. You know what I'm saying? Even though Diddy wanted both gone. You know what I'm saying? He wanted Tupac and Biggie gone, to be honest, because it's like he want all the power. You know what I'm saying? Like Biggie and Tupac, they built it up, got all that money on, and he was like, when he got done with them niggas, he was like, okay, we done made enough fame and fortune off of you. Duke it, gone. You know what I'm saying? Because like, you know, Diddy just want to be the voice over everybody, everything. You know what I'm saying? And he goes extreme strength to do that. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, yes, he gave niggas chances, like Biggie. And it's like, these contracts was like some bad contracts. You know what I'm saying? I don't even know if Biggie was gonna get paid that much. If Biggie would have survived, well, we would have saw Biggie like that nigga who was singing, what's his name? That nigga was singing Walking Through the Shadow of Death. Because I guess he died and he was about to sue Biggie, P. Diddy. Would Biggie be rich right now? You know what I'm saying? That's the biggest question I'm wondering. Would he would have been rich right now? Or would he would have been one of the people who would have lost all his money because of the bad contracts? You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's sad when your own community uses the tactics of what the white man uses against you to use against you. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, damn, you're going to be helping out the community, not destroying the community. You know what I'm saying? Destroying the community, helping the white man get richer. Wow, you know what I'm saying? Other niggas are dying and getting broke. Like, P. Diddy got so many lawsuits against him, man. Which we're going to talk about in later videos. But it's like, damn, bro, you know, you got these phenomenal rappers, but you just power hungry, man. You know what I'm saying? I think, to be honest, bro, I think Biggie and Tupac just want to rap. You know what I'm saying? They just want to rap and live life. You know what I'm saying? I think they just want to rap and live life. But all that drama in between it just kept on fucking it up. You know what I'm saying? Like, people were lying. People were saying shit. You know, it just, they already had beef with New York and shit. So nobody could trust nobody. You know what I'm saying? Because at first, Biggie and Tupac was cool, best friends. People started talking, man, and that's how beef just gets started, man. And so, you know, Biggie, man, we really don't hear nothing about Biggie or Tupac family no more. You know what I'm saying? Like, we hear about Tupac dad, but we never hear nothing about did he have any, like, all his other people, like his cousins and shit. We don't hear nothing about them niggas. I know his mom already dead, but you know, we don't hear nothing about them niggas. Or Biggie. We don't hear nothing about, I don't hear nothing about his mom or his dad, Biggie's. Or I don't know if they dead or what. It's like, you know, you think he have cousins, don't hear nothing about the cousins. It's like, imagine being related to Biggie. Nigga, what? Anyway, I would have said that. You know that bitch, yeah, I'm related to Biggie, yeah, woo. Well, nah, bro, like, bro. Ain't no damn way, man, you know. Niggas be this famous, man, and it's like, you don't hear nothing about their family, man. Don't hear nothing about none of their family, man. They just want to stay out the way. They probably get royalty from this shit, man. So they probably could stay out the way and shit, let the other people talk about it. But, you know, it's sad, man. You know, the FBI, man, and the Secret Services and all that, CIA, man. Them niggas really be looking at shit and starting drama inside the gang. You know what I'm saying? They probably be spreading all them goddamn rumors through the gang, destroying the gang from the inside, and then the feds like, oh, we didn't know what happened. We didn't know it was gonna happen like this. They knew the whole damn time what was happening. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, that's why I be trying to tell y'all, when these niggas be rapping this shit, man, a lot of these niggas be, man, you can't be letting niggas in your gang, man. Like, they'll bring your whole gang down. They'll use your whole gang and start bringing other niggas down, because you think you riding for the gang, you just riding for the Fed. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like, man, this is some goofy shit these days, man. And the credentials, man, you know, you think you know these motherfuckers, man. Niggas be looking innocent as hell. You think they like, man, ain't no damn way he'll set me up by the FBI. Sometimes it be them niggas, man. You know what I'm saying? So that's why I'll be like, man, who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Cause like, if a random person, you know what I mean? If a random person start fucking with me, I'll be like, oh, I know that nigga FBI informant. You know what I mean? So, and like, Tupac, he knew it. That some of the people was feds, cause he called out in some of the songs, man. I don't know if it was in his game or he knew about it. And he called niggas out. You know what I'm saying? Niggas be really feds, real life feds, man. And the only person who survived all this shit really is Diddy. That's some crazy ass shit. All his main labels hitters, they all done got taken out, bit the dust, you know what I'm saying? And, you know, they getting mad at because he keep on using Biggie music and shit, man. Yeah, Biggie gone, man. Biggie gone, man. And hey, that's how it is, man. That's how it goes, man. But I hope y'all enjoy these videos. You know, we try to put out all the best entertainment, man. You know, we just looking, man. We looking. Put out some good entertainment, man. You know, just to get back, look and see what really happened. You know what I'm saying? Damn. So what the main downfall was the feds and niggas getting backstabbed. You know what I'm saying? Like some crazy ass, like till today. You know what I'm saying? These fed ass niggas, man, be working straight for the feds, man. Think they doing some good ass shit. Nigga, you a whole fed. Crazy ass shit, man. But hey, that's how life goes, man. You know, you try to live each day. You try to go against the white man, the feds, and all that shit. And, you know, try to survive out here, man. Hey, man, I hope y'all enjoy these videos, man. Keep on sharing, liking. If you got any video ideas, your boy can if you got any video ideas your boy can put out, let me know, cause I will react to some videos. You just gotta let me know any ideas I got. And we out here, hood, Northside, Crip shit, gang.
Hey, Dad, you know, dog, when we link up, dog, this shit be legendary. You know this instrumental, you the engineer on it, so Kodak everywhere.